Hey guys, welcome back. If you're here for the first time, my name is Grace. I am a 38-year-old mom of two kiddos, and I have been on a weight loss struggle since February of 2025. Well, actually, that's not true. I have been on a weight loss struggle for majority of my life. My weight loss issues started in my teenage years. I mean, in my childhood, I'm 11 months apart with my eldest sister, and she was like the thin, beautiful one, and I was like the chunkier one. When Encanto came out, the movie, I really did feel like she was Isabella, which is funny because it's close to her middle name. And I was not Mirabelle, because Mirabelle is, beautiful and she's fit, but like Luisa, I know she's like muscly, but she's like, just she looks a little larger. I really did kind of feel a little bit like that when the movie came out. I was like, oh my god, that is my sister. She's the most beautiful one and perfect one. Anyways, I love her, but um my during childhood I was always larger than her, and my mom used to, for some reason, dress us the same. We're only 11 months apart, and so she'd get us the same outfits, and mine were always a little larger. So I would say that I definitely suffered from some weight issues during childhood, but my weight really creeped in heavily um, in my early teens. Once I was in middle school, I was massive and I was just eating and eating and really struggling with my perspective with food. High school, it got out of control. And then that's when I started losing weight very unhealthily, but that's when I started losing weight. And then my late teens, early 20s is when I lost weight, you know, big weight for the second time. And then the third time was in my late 20s, early 30s was when I lost weight. Actually, early 30s, I lost weight for the third time. Very large amounts of weight. At that point, I had lost over 70 pounds doing keto. And this will be the fourth time, and hopefully the final time, that I go through this weight loss struggle. Most recently, I did a poll on the channel about celebrating non-scale victories, and I asked you guys what were some of your favorite non-scale victories during your weight loss journey. Um, if I didn't mention this, I have been using Zepbound since February of 2025. I have been on Zepbound for 27 weeks. My dosing has been very slow. That has been partly my decision. I wanted to make sure that I didn't tap out of doses too quickly. It's true that I could have titrated every 4 weeks, as Eli Lilly suggested. Also, it's very likely I would have already reached my goal weight, because I have seen others who have followed that traditional titration schedule and they have lost massive amounts of weight within the 6 months of the titration schedule. But I actually wanted to do this slow and steady because I wanted to make sure that my weight loss was sustainable. We know that the science says 71% of people will regain the weight after getting off a GLP-1. And there is some science that backs up that if you lose weight slowly, you are more, you have a stronger chance to keep that weight off over time. So there will be some weight gain, but because you have done it so gradually, your body kind of has adjusted and won't just pack on all those pounds that quickly. I hope that's my case. Now, I was on 2.5 for 2 months. I was on 5 milligrams for 3 months, and I titrated up because I had plateaued for about a month. Moved up to 7.5, and I have been using 7.5 for the last 7 weeks. My doctor did order me a third month of 7.5, which will put me at 7.5 also for 12 weeks. And that is my plan before I move on to 10 milligrams. Now, I just want to put some of these non-scale victories in perspective with my life, and I celebrate them with you guys. Thank you so much for all of you who voted on the poll and participated. It's really exciting to see how much we share in common, and how important these non-scale victories are when the scale is not moving. I have been very honest and open with you guys that I am working through not allowing the scale to be my only measure of success, but because it has been my measure of physical success over the last 38 years, it's kind of hard to break those, that pattern and those chains. And I'm slowly working towards breaking those. On the poll, 43% of you said that your favorite non scale victory was your clothes fitting better. And I could not agree more. When I started this journey, I still have in my closet, I have not cleaned out my closet yet because my clothes still fit, so I'm still wearing them. I am going to save myself as much money as I possibly can because, let's face it, food and medication is very costly on this journey. So I don't want to be buying clothes so often that then I have to go buy more and then it seems like a waste of money. Although I do appreciate you guys suggesting thrifting and like Goodwill and just, consignment stores and getting things smaller fitting clothes for cheaper. Now, when I started this journey, I was a pant size 20, size 2XL shirt or dresses. And I actually went to Target recently and I tried on clothes, and I can successfully say I am now fitting into size 16 pants, which is amazing. They are a little tight, especially around like my butt area. But it's still exciting that I can fit in those again. It's been years since I've been in a size 16, and it's been just awesome to be able to move down 3 sizes already. I have successfully lost on my journey so far in the last 27 weeks over 30 pounds, which puts me at over 1 pound loss per week average. Um, the second non-skill victory that you guys voted on was 22% of you said that improved health markers were your favorite non-scale victory. That probably should have been the first one because we all know that this journey, although could feel strictly about the external and our outside and the changes we're seeing, one of the things that this medication really does is help us on internally and our insides with our organs and our blood and all of our systems inside our body. This medication is also changing and improving us, which is what's helping our overall longevity improve on these medications. So 22% of you said improved health markers is your favorite non-scale victory, and I could not agree more. In 2024, my labs said that my cholesterol was high, my triglycerides, my glucose, which I believe is tied to my A1C. I wasn't pre-diabetic, and that's when my doctor said you have to do something because that type 2 diagnosis is way too close. In 2025, after been using Zepbound for the last 6 months, I have had several lab tests, and I actually have another one coming up soon. And I can successfully say my cholesterol is down, my triglycerides are down, my glucose is down, my A1C is down. I started at a 5.7, and the last time I got a measure, I was at 5.1. My glucose on my lab test 2024 was 102, and it was high. It was red on the results. And my most recent one was at an 84. So that has gone down. So that's definitely something that I definitely celebrate. I like to know that things inside my body are working like they're supposed to. Because I do want to be here for a long time. I have 2 small children, and it is my every desire to, see them go off to college and, be at their wedding celebrations and welcome some beautiful grandbabies in the future. So I know that longevity is important for so many of us. The third non-scale victory that so many of you guys celebrated and voted on the poll was your confidence and self-esteem improved. I would definitely say that that's something that has improved for me. As you can see from my videos, if you haven't watched my videos, if you haven't watched my very first video, I started documenting my weight loss journey on YouTube from week 12. I was inspired by others here in the GLP-1 community who said, if you're not documenting your weight loss journey, you should share it with people. People like to see others' personal experiences. And I thought, you know what, let me do it. I had just moved to Sarasota from Orlando, and I didn't really know anyone here. So I was like, this it would be great to just find connections online, and help me with that transition. So I started documenting from week 12, and you can see like I can see my progression over my videos, like my confidence and self-esteem, something very much I still struggle with. It's something that I've struggled with my whole life, and it's deeply tied to my weight issues. But as weight loss happens, my confidence definitely it goes up, and I'm not so like cruel, and I don't punish myself as when I am very very heavy. I want to read something to you because I want to get this factually right. According to a 2025 study presented by the American Society for Metabolic and Bariatric Surgery, self esteem scores among bariatric surgery patients soared by 131% within 1 year. So we do know that weight loss is, closely connected to self-esteem and confidence boost, because if we are healthier and we feel good and we like what we see in the mirror, we feel better about ourselves, and that helps our self-image. And I know that there's been some like conversation about how GLP-1 medications are kind of like the new, gastric sleeve surgery, because they mimic some of the same effects. GLP-1 medications are similar to bariatric surgery because they mimic the effect of gut hormones released after surgery, which lead to a reduction in appetite, increased feelings of fullness, and slow gastric emptying, all which promote significant weight loss and can improve obesity related conditions. So, bariatric surgery activates these gut peptides very much like a GLP-1 medication like Zepbound or Wegovy, which are key players in replicating this action for us that haven't had the surgery, but we can achieve comparable metabolic outcomes, including that weight loss and better glucose control. So, I would definitely second that with you guys, that it definitely has improved my confidence and self-esteem. When I get to weight loss goal, and when I started this, I said I wanted to lose 100 pounds. I'm so curious what happens when I lose 100 pounds, like how I'm going to be feeling. You guys are going to have to remind me to stay humble, and to, not get like so high on myself that I'm like, oh, I look so good, kind of thing, because I guess it could happen, but I know you guys are going to keep me in check. So I appreciate that. The last non-scale victory that you guys voted on, uh, 20, 20 sorry, 15% of you guys said that your favorite non-scale victory is better relationship with your food. I will definitely have to agree with you on that. As I looked at my earlier videos, again, I have like videos from when I started documenting back in April. I want to say this was April. Go on the YouTube channel, watch the videos if you haven't already. Hit the like for all the videos, leave me a comment. It really helps me to continue to grow the channel. So I'm grateful to you for your time. I know how valuable your time is. But if you could see my what I eat in a day playlist, you will see my progression in my food, how it has changed. It could be an effect of the naysayers who tell me, like, stop eating carbs. That's why you're not losing weight. Or it could just be me, making more conscious choices that, you know, there are no bad foods. I'm not going to restrict myself. I'm not going to make eat a diet plan that is not sustainable after this medication. So, but slowly over time, I have improved my eating, and you can see that in my videos. Like, I remember one of my first videos, I was making these amazing, like, delicious rice bowls and like noodle bowls, and now they're not really part of my diet plan anymore. I'm eating a lot less starches, like very little bread, pasta, rice, even the potatoes. I have switched from eating potato bowls to eating, the only potato I eat is sweet potato. I know it has it's better for your like glycemic like effect in your body when you eat it. So those small changes, I am so curious, cannot wait to see what I eat in a day looks like, even 50 pounds lighter and 75, and when I get to the 100, I'm wondering what I'm going to eat. Hopefully it's not lettuce and lean turkey only. hopefully still have everything, because that is the sustainable thing to do. So I want to thank you all for participating in the poll. It is amazing to see that in this community we are all celebrating so many similar things. I know it connects us and it helps each one of us feel less alone, especially when that scale is moving. It's important to remember that non-scale victories count. They are a true measure of our success. So when the scale is telling you something different, focus on what went right and what non-scale victory you can celebrate. Thank you guys. I appreciate you all more than you know.